Yo, yo, what's up, Hivers? It's pretty late, so I'm going to try to keep it down and not wake the lady up. But I hope everybody's good. It is 90s Friday, everybody. I'm going to do a 5-tune Friday, random 5 songs. Not really much of a theme, just good alternative rock hits from the 90s. And I'll throw in a bonus jam from Weezer that was not a single. That was, that's a record, the Blue Album from Weezer. That's an album that, if I pick the 3 best songs, none of them are singles. And I do like the singles, Buddy Holly, Say It Ain't So, and the Sweater Song, Undone. 3 very big hits from 94, 95. The album came out in 94. But honestly, I would probably pick 4 other songs as my favorites before even getting to the radio singles. I think they really missed an opportunity not releasing the opening track, Jonas, as a single. I think the 3 singles are great, but they should have just released a 4th and a 5th because they're really good. But yeah, for bonus jam, we'll start at the end. I pick In the Garage, just a great tune. And yeah, my first official pick is Blind Melon. The song No Rain, a classic, just a classic tune, really sad. The lead singer, Shannon, passed away basically the month their second album came out, the album after their 92 release, which was self-titled Blind Melon. They're obviously known as a one-hit wonder. I don't really think that would have been the case, and if it was, I think it would have been one of those situations where maybe they only had one huge hit, but they would have been a really successful band. The second album's actually really good. It's definitely worth checking out. For our next pick, I'm going Harvey Danger, another one-hit wonder. But I mean, probably one of the top 3 best alternative rock songs from the 90s. I always say the name wrong. Flagpole, Sitta. The album was Where Have All the Merrymakers Gone? Now, this album came out in July 97. But they didn't break the single until summer of 98. At least 10 months before they had any commercial success. It's funny, you could, not break right away and, the label could drop you and you might have been a month away from having a huge hit. They're not on the list this week, but the Spin Doctors, they released Jimmy Olsen Blues and Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, which was a huge hit. People forget because Two Princes is such a big, it's known as like a one-hit wonder. Little Miss Can't Be Wrong was a huge single. They played Saturday Night Live. They were touring, playing huge venues. And the label actually wanted them to go record another record. They thought that record had run its course. And it was actually the band that said, no, we got to release Two Princes as a single. We have to. And they did. And that was literally the pop crossover. I remember hearing that bus on the pop radio station, on the school bus on my way to school, But anyway, Harvey Danger, one of the best songs of the 90s. It's right up there with Plowed by Sponge from 1994. And, I'm trying to think of other one-hit wonders, commercially one-hit wonders. I actually don't mind the album. But one of those special songs, the band Lit with My Own Worst Enemy. They're just these classic songs, and frankly, the albums get bought and people are like, oh, that was the best song. And, well, yeah, it's one of the best songs ever written of all time, Next up, it's Garbage from their 95 self-titled album, Only Happy When It Rains. I always liked this song. I think Shirley Manson's one of the best front women from the 90s. All my friends were more into Gwen Stefani from No Doubt. But I always kind of dug the mysterious redhead from Garbage, always trying to be different and stuff. But just, a big well-known song, a good song. And then we got the band Everclear for our last pick, the song Everything to Everyone. Again, one of those songs from the 90s that's just, I think, is really, really good. Personally, I think it's their best song. So where I'm talking about the Weezer Blue album, I actually can pick literally 4 songs that I think are better than the singles. Now, does that mean they would have worked as singles? I think at least 2 of them. I think the song Jonas should have been a single. In the Garage, I think should have been a single. But personally, I just like it. Everclear obviously had other hits. Father of Mine and I Will Buy You a New Life were huge hits. But the bass line and the intro to this song, I just love it. I just love it. And yeah, that's the 5 tunes plus a, I call it a deep cut. All it means in this reference is it was not a radio single. There was no music video made for MTV. It wasn't a single that was promoted. But, it's not like a B-side. It's on the main record. But yeah, one of my 2 favorite songs on the Weezer album. So enjoy the tunes. Leave a comment below. Did you know a couple of them? I did pick 5 pretty big hits. A lot of times I like to show you guys the deeper cuts. But I figured let's just have fun, pick some great songs this week. And I am going to keep it a little brief because I'm recording this at an odd hour. And I don't want to make too much noise. But I love you guys. Later.